in-depth detail for each game, but you know, we just reminiscing off of 2008 games and what got us to 2009, and you know, there's a lot more for 2009, but that's in later episodes. For both systems, Xbox 360 and PlayStation 2, I give it a thumbs up because I actually liked it.
Thumbs up too. That's a good game to have in your library to pick up and just cruise around and do flips and stuff.
I definitely agree with that.
One game I would definitely give you nightmares is Dead Space.
Oh, yes it will. I'll let you talk about that because I actually watched you play and I hurt my knee running.
Dead Space is also another game that you probably should be playing by yourself with the lights off at nighttime.
That's right.
Because this game is pretty much geared towards keeping you on edge with a whole bunch of frightful creatures that you probably see out of Hellraiser or something like that, jumping up on you and stuff like that. Because the whole setting is dark. You're in space in some, you know, of course, space station that is just totally, you know, uninhabited, and you're there to find out. You know, couldn't find no other big space police or nothing to come there.
Just you and two other cowards that's in a room giving you instructions.
Yeah. Dead Space was actually a great game.
It's you know what it is, and you know what I like about it? It's intense. It keeps you on edge.
Only thing people may not like about Dead Space is probably because it's from EA, and people think, you know, EA wants too much money.
Right.
I'm not bashing EA, but you know, it is what it is.
You have to throw that in there.
Throw that in there because a lot of gamers share my perspective.
I agree with that.
So, but other than that, Dead Space is a tremendous game. That's a great game. And if you don't like Little Billy down your block, I'd give him Dead
give
Space.
Little Billy the game and tell him the best time to play it is at night when everybody's sleeping.
Yeah.
With the door closed and the TV turned all the way up.
For all Little Billies in the world that, you know, bother people.
That's right.
That's Space for you.
So for Dead Space, I'll definitely give it a thumbs up because it had a little bit of pee come out when I got scared. So definitely thumbs up for that.
All right, talking about pee shooting out of places. You could talk about somebody else who shoots out stuff, Spider-Man.
Oh wow! Well, you know what? I play Spider-Man: Web of Shadows. Very good game, but no, it would be an insult to you if I don't let you talk about Spider-Man because you still are playing Spider-Man: Web of Shadows.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Spider-Man: Web of Shadows is probably the best Spider-Man installation in any Spider-Man game that came out because you could be a regular person who doesn't know about Spider-Man or not a fan of Spider-Man and have fun, but people who were waiting for Spider-Man, you know, it's great because they actually have better, more combat physics and actual in-game physics, storyline, everything, you know, integration of characters and stuff like that. So they really went in. My thinking is that they did this with Web of Shadows is what they meant to do with Spider-Man 3. But you know, Spider-Man 3 is in tune with the movie and stuff like that. They got timelines, budgets, and all that stuff stopping them. But Spider-Man Web of Shadows is a fantastic game. You know, it's all about symbiotes and venom and all that stuff. It tells you about that in the game, but this is a great game. I'm a Spider-Man fan, of course.
I agree.
You know, even if you're not a Spider-Man fan, you will look at it, you get sucked in a little bit. It's actually nice. The physics, you know, a little bit jammy, but it's not as bad as the past installment to Spider-Man.
Nah, Spider-Man Web of Shadows is a really good game. A lot of people are feeling the same way you feel. If you go to youtube.com/raw gameplay, you'll see the actual gameplay. Well, no, go to rawgameplay.com first and look at the raw gameplay because it's better quality.
Yes.
And if you go to YouTube, you'll see the comments. So a lot of people, there's not one bad comment on there except for Spider-Man's voice.
Yeah, it's kind of like whiny-ish. The only time it sounds good is when he's talking more monotone-ish, more darkish when you go on the dark side.
Right.
But other than that, he doesn't sound like
a wimp. I was like, what the?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as Peter Parker looks and acts a certain way, but
nah,
you don't have to overdo it.
Nah, Peter Parker sounds horrible in that game. Mary Jane Watson. What's wrong, Mary Jane?
Yeah.
Mary Jane Watson sound more harder than him when she was talking. She was like, "Yo, Peter, yo, bounce, son." Nah, she ain't say. I'm just kidding. Nah, go ahead.
All right, but next game I didn't.
Moving on. Oh wait, but what do you give? Spider-Man: Web of Shadows, of course. Thumbs up for 2008 past games that got us to 2009.
Yes.
So holla. Moving on to the next game.
It's a Little Big Planet.
Oh, of course. Okay, Little Big Planet. We both mutually love that game. I can just give it a thumbs up right now.
Yeah, automatic. We already
for 2008
on our website and everything. We even baked it up. We anticipated for it.
That's right.
It's a beautiful game. It is a games game. That should be probably, I think, the game of the year.
That should be the game of the year for the PlayStation 3 because, of course, it's not for the Xbox 360. For those of you who've been looking for it for Xbox 360, you're a sack boy and you just run around. You do a whole bunch of crap and it's fun. You lift things up. You pull it. It's like a puzzle strategy type game.
It's like everything and anything and nothing.
It's like it's like an episode of Seinfeld, like we said before.
Yeah.
We actually did a whole episode about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Little Big Planet, Sack Boy, Sack Girl. You have a whole bunch of skins and a whole bunch of themes like Metal Gear. You can make your Sack Boy into a Metal Gear person. That's definitely a game for 2008 that dropped. Beautiful game. Little Big Planet for PlayStation 3 exclusively, unfortunately. So go out if you got $500 to spare for a PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
So with Sony.
Or like go to Rent-A-Center or something.
Yeah, go to Rent-A-Center. They'll charge you triple for the damn thing after you finish. I know Rent-A-Center. I used to rent stuff from them. You know what I'm saying? Thumbs down to Rent-A-Center. All right, moving on to the next game.
All right, we have GoldenEye. Not GoldenEye, I'm sorry. James Bond, Quantum of Solace.
Oh, that's your game, man.
I'm sorry. Like, GoldenEye is still in my system from the 64 days, but I played Quantum of Solace.
That's okay, man.
I was kind of attracted to the look of it because I'm like, it's another game inspired by a movie. How good could it possibly be? First-person shooter, it's nothing really intensely different about it, but it's fun. I was actually, sucked in a little bit because it's actually fun.
It's a fun game.
It's not hard to get around and things. It has like little intensity to the levels and things like that. So I appreciate that. I didn't feel like it's another humdrum run and gun.
Right.
First person shooter they slap together for a movie and push it out there to push it on us. So pretty much I like it. I give it a thumbs up, quick thumbs up with that one.
I'll definitely give it a quick thumbs up. I'm sorry, I was just listening and I was just thinking about when the guy fell off the balcony and he crashed and I said something funny at that moment. I just reminded myself, so excuse me for laughing for no reason. Okay. But the Quantum of Solace, definitely give it a thumbs up. It's a good game. It followed the movie not to a T, but it followed the movie
That's pretty close
enough, right? So a thumbs up to Quantum of Solace.
Okay. Another great game. Everyone's highly anticipate this one. Gears of War 2.
Oh, yeah, definitely Gears of War 2. I like to throw my little 2 cents of Gears of War 2. At first, I wasn't really a Gears of War fan at all. I don't think I've ever actually played Gears of War 1. And everybody who was playing Gears of War 1 was saying, can't wait till Gears of War 2 come out. Especially my friend who I used to work with. And Miguel, he's a Gears of War fanatic.
I don't blame Miguel.
And Miguel, you know exactly what you're talking about. Because when I popped in Gears of War 2 when I first bought it, very good game. Got into it. I got addicted to the game.
Yeah, that had a bunch of nice grungy looking graphics to it. I like the storyline. I like the weapons. I think everybody was happy to buy for the weapons because you could both saw people in half and all types of stuff. But it's like for people who are Halo heads out there, we have Gears of War heads out there. So I like that. That's another game that's definitely a big buy. What's your take on it?
I give it a thumbs up.
All right,
I'm sorry.
All right, Mr. Lassie.
No. Let me just say something about people think because people in the background are doing stupid crap while I'm filming, okay? And I can't concentrate because they're doing stuff.
All right, you guys, can you please stop making Mr. Laffy pants?
Stop doing stuff. We're on television right now, okay? Yeah. And people are gonna think I'm crazy. Stop doing stuff. You got the crew in the background, and they're the sound guy and the other person in the back, and they're doing stupid crap for me to laugh. So that's their fault, okay? But what were you talking about?
Okay, well, we were talking about Gears of War 2.
Gears of War 2, very good game for 2008. I'm sorry, it was just funny. You had to see it. Thumbs up to Gears of War 2. I don't know why he said a lot of stuff about it. Gears of War 2, thumbs up to you. What's next, man?
All right, probably one of my personal favorites. WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2000.
Oh, that's all your game. I played the game, I like it, but I want you to say what you gotta say. You'll get more in depth with it.
It's a great game. If you're not like if you're a fan of it, you get into it a lot more because wrestling is like one of the genres you have to be a fan of already, and you have to know how to work the controls because you can't just jump in it if you don't know about it.
Right.
But it's actually a good game because it has like the character models as much as possible with the current WWE roster. The likeness of the graphics are really great. Everybody looks pretty much exactly the same. If you catch an older person that don't know about graphics and stuff like that, you would swear that you're looking at a
real wrestling match.
Real wrestling match.
That's true. I've heard people say that before too.
Yeah. So it's great. Has a lot of great moves. Had a great energy in there. Has online play. A lot of cheaters, of course.
Of course.
You could do that. And a new feature that they have is create a finisher. Before years ago, you could create your own character, dress them up how you want, give them whatever moves. Now you can make your own finisher.
That's right.
That's like one of the biggest things that drew people in.
I like that. I like that option.
Yeah. So I've seen guys that made a finisher where it just they give you like 50 million punches and then give you a power bomb afterwards. I know that guys are just waiting just to go online. They just ran home, made their finisher, and went online just to torture people.
Oh yeah, and you know what? Just if you have some time on your hands, sit down, structure your finishing move, because you will make somebody like a little kid named Seth take his controller and fling it against the wall because